I just got the brand new Macfox X7, the new king of street legal e-bikes.
This bike comes in at $1,519 with free shipping. Now more than ever, cops are starting to crack down on these e-motos, and it's the perfect time to get yourself an e-bike. But not just any e-bike, a cool e-bike. A street legal e-bike that you can do all the cool tricks like wheelies and jumps without it being your regular e-moto. Well, that's what the Macfox X7 claims it can do in style with its eye-catching design.
Alright guys, we just finished unboxing the brand new Macfox X7, and already first looks, this bike looks absolutely amazing. Now I'm just going to go start assembling the bike. All we need to do is the handlebars and the front tire, so let's get it.
If you guys didn't already know, Macfox is one of the most trusted e-bike brands in all of America. Macfox has been in the e-bike scene for a while now, and they are known for their high-quality e-bikes that should last you ages. We are breezing through this assembly. All we need to do is finish putting on the front wheel and do some quick other things. Anyways, this is what the Macfox X7 looks like fully built. Now I'm going to go over what this bike has to offer. It has a top speed of 20 miles an hour, which abides by all the street legal regulations. A 20-inch front and 20-inch rear tires, which are super knobby and thick. Just look at them compared to my hand. Front suspension for bumps and coming down from wheelies. This suspension is also compression adjustable and preload adjustable. A front plate with an integrated headlight and rear tail light. This front headlight is also very bright. It lights up my entire room. Adjustable hydraulic disc brakes front and rear. A thumb throttle, which I personally prefer on these types of e-bikes. A display that says your battery life, your speed, and more. A 48 volt 13 amp hour battery, which claims to get 35 miles of riding time. A very long, comfy seat. It's definitely the most comfortable out of all my bikes. Stunt pegs for wheeling and carrying a second rider on the back. A 750 watt peak hub motor in the rear. And lastly, this bike came with the nicest multi-tool I've ever seen. I just thought it was cool, so I'd mention it. Since the Macfox X7 is one of the easiest bikes to modify, I'm going to be throwing on this front number plate and a Pro Taper bar pad to show my personality and style. Alright guys, so we just took the brand new Macfox X7 outside, and I'm going to be telling you my thoughts on this bike and ride it and tell you everything about it. But first things first, I want to show you how to get this bike started up if you're going to get one yourself. Alright, so once you're sitting on the bike like this, you'll see the little power button right here. You're going to hold this. And just like that, your screen will be on. You have 3 modes. Hit the plus button up here. That will put you in mode 1, which is low, mode 2, which is medium, and mode 3, which is high. But before you guys can turn on the bike with the display like that, you have to make sure your battery switch is on and the battery is in the bike. And then boom, just like that, you have your bike completely on, and you can just hit this throttle and pedal it, and you can just go off riding. Alright guys, but that's how you just get the bike started up. Super easy, super simple. I think this bike looks super good, especially with this front plate. But anyways, this is enough talking, and now I just can't wait to get to riding this bike, so let's get it. Alright guys, so right now we're riding the brand new Macfox X7, and I'm going to go over a quick things I noticed that I already like. The first thing I like is this half twist throttle. I really like these for my street legal bikes because they deliver the power smoothly than a full twist and a half twist. Also, I really like the grips that come stock on this bike. They're grippy, they don't give you blisters, and they don't look bad at all. And usually with most bikes, you're going to be upgrading the grip, so it's cool to have this that I think you can keep completely stock. I also really like the brakes on this bike. They're pretty nice. They lock up the wheel, and since you can adjust them, you can make it to your tightness. So if you want to hit the brake barely, you can make it so it locks up the wheel quicker, or you can make it more mushier, but I prefer quicker. Look at the view of the lake. This is the perfect cruiser bike if you're just trying to explore and stuff like that. And one of my absolute favorite things about this bike are these beefy front and rear tires. They're very wide and very tall, so that makes it grip the ground very easy. It feels like they're sticking to the ground, and I feel like I'm in a lot of control and I feel nimble. Also, they give you that like sporty dirt look, which I absolutely love. And since these tires have some knobs, that makes it easy to go on dirt and on street. But speaking of dirt, let's give this bike a dirt test right now. Oh, here we go. We're taking the Macfox X7 on the dirt. No problems. This front suspension handles it perfectly, and the mix with the tires make it perfect. Look at this view. There's little ducks right there too. I definitely like having the option to go on a little dirt, but this bike is not meant for heavy off-roading. This is meant to be like a commuter street bike that has the potential to go on dirt as well. So it definitely does the job of handling the dirt well and the street. But I am very, very impressed by these tires. They also match the bar pad I put on, which I think looks super cool. Look how wide they are. It's almost my entire hand. Besides from the tires, one of my other favorite things has to be the seat. This seat is the most comfortable seat on any of my bikes. It's literally so soft that it feels like this bike has rear suspension even though it doesn't. Which that sounds absolutely crazy, but I'm not lying. This seat is also long enough that you could fit another person on the back with the passenger pegs. The area I'm in also is so beautiful. There's a ton of eagles. The actual Olympic rowing was here in the 1970s, I think. You can take any bike here that you want, even an e-moto or a gas dirt bike. And it's super huge and you can just explore around the whole lake. But anyways, this bike is supposed to be a wheelie bike. Wheeling e-bikes is very different than wheeling your e-motos, mostly due to the fact from the seating position and the e-motos have a lot more power. Also, something cool about this bike is it has passenger pegs right here and here. So if you can't wheelie by sitting on the seat, you can put your feet here and pop it up too. If you guys are learning to wheelie, I think the passenger pegs would be easier, but it can wheelie both ways. But one of my favorite things about this bike has to be the UL certification. And if you guys don't know what that means, let me tell you. It is the best e-bike safety certification you can get. So when I was getting into e-bikes at first, my parents were really worried about how dangerous these bikes were. So if you guys are trying to convince your parents to get a bike because it's too dangerous, this is definitely the bike to show them. This bike applies with all of the e-bike safety rules, such as a 750 watt motor, a max speed of 20 miles an hour, and this bike has turn signals. So if you guys are starting out on an e-bike, or if your parents think it's too dangerous, or if you want to follow by all the safety guidelines, this is definitely the bike for you. Macfox specifically made this bike to go by all the street legal limits, and a lot of people will tell you for $1,500, $1,600 that this bike is overpriced, that it only goes 20 miles an hour. That's not true, because this bike was specifically made to go those speeds to be street legal and safe. And this bike is still super cool though. You're not boring because your bike only goes 20 miles an hour. You can still wheelie this bike very easily, as I already showed you. And just take a look at my bike. Some simple modifications that weren't even too expensive completely transformed this bike to give it my personality and style. And the Macfox is super easy to modify. There are a ton of aftermarket parts for it, and putting on that bar pad and front plate only took me 10 minutes. My biggest pro takeaways from this bike have to be the UL certification for safety and the fact that it follows all the street legal limits. And lastly, how easy this bike is to customize. You can make it look so good without blowing your bank on spending a ton of money on parts.
Alright guys, that's a wrap for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are looking to get a Macfox just like the one I have in front of me, be sure to check out Macfox's website. I'll have it linked in the description. And always be sure to like and subscribe. I was thinking of doing a little build series on this bike, but you guys let me know down below in the comments. But anyways guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.